My sister and I were friends in college, Nikki, and we were good friends in college. And she and I ran into each other at homecoming. And this was 3 years ago, and I had just broken up with my boyfriend, and Rob had just broken up with his girlfriend. And she said, oh my gosh, I want to set you up with my brother.
Nikki thought enough of me to go, you know, I have this friend who I've met, this woman who I think's gorgeous and who's a lot of fun, and you guys would be great together.
Laurie is the kind of woman that will do absolutely anything, and she'll do it once, she'll try anything. And I just felt my brother deserved somebody who was kind of ready to go, have fun.
And the phone rang one night in December, and it was Rob. And he was in his car phone. He never talked to this guy before. You know, this is Rob Morrissey, Nikki's brother, and just wondered what you were doing this weekend. There's this band coming into town, and, you know, would you like to go with me?
I think she just said, what the heck, you know, give it a try.
I asked a couple friends between when he asked me out to Friday, you know this guy? His sister's cute, very good-looking girl, so I was hoping, you know, that Rob would be the same.
Went to the door and knocked, and I guess it's, I'd never had a moment like that, I guess. You'd think you'd have many, maybe, but literally the door opens, and there she is, you know, and looking very gorgeous, like my sister had said.
He had on his leather jacket and this big old smile, and I'll never forget it.
I think it was that first night, this kind of sense of adventure and romance and fun, and I think it started then, and it's never stopped.
I thought it was great. We had a great time. I think we both, you know, chemistry-wise, hit it off very well. We were very at ease with each other. We laughed a lot. I was really excited to see him again.
I think when it came to relationships, especially at a young age, I tended to keep them distant. There was something about really letting somebody inside of me, and maybe it was a fear of getting hurt, maybe a fear of them knowing, you know, too much about me.
We definitely both wanted to take it slow. We made a point of, you know, not seeing each other every day. It was more of a weekend thing for the first couple of months or so to just make sure that we're not jumping into anything.
She got to me and inside of me a way that no other relationship that I'd had.
I said, Bob, I think I'm falling in love with you. That's not I love you.
In the bachelor's mind, that's I'm in love with you. So.
And he said,
I said I love you.
I love you. And I said, I love you too.
We dated probably 2 years or more before we actually started talking real seriously about marriage.
You know, the initial proposal plans didn't work.
Because I was going on a spa weekend with my sister Pam.
I do a lot of driving in my vehicle during the day, and it was like any other day, probably better than most days. I wasn't on the phone. I was 10 and 2 on the wheel, and you know, just like that, I can remember very vividly, 2-lane road, the woman dropped a tire off the pavement onto the gravel shoulder.
He actually had a plane reservation to come to Miami the next day.
Tried to swerve, you know, and pretty much hit head on.
But I'd been in Miami about an hour. Checked in, I was with my sister, we were real excited. We were gonna go out that night. We were all dressed up, ready to go. And the phone rang, and it was Rob's dad, Bob. And he says, you know, Laurie, I've got to tell you something. You know, don't worry, don't get upset, but Rob's been in an accident.
And that he was okay, which was a little white lie at that point in time, but, you know, that he needed her, and she, you know, turned around and they just left.
I don't think that Rob wanted me to know that he was going to propose to me based on the fact that if something happened where he wouldn't have made it through the accident, or he wasn't, in his mind, complete after the accident, that I wouldn't have to make that decision.
He was saying to me that if I'm paralyzed, I don't want to have her feel guilty about me asking her. And I said, okay, son, you know, it's your secret, my secret.
I didn't want her to know about these plans. I thought it might be hurtful for her.
He comes wheeled out of x-ray and looks absolutely perfect except for a little swollen lip, and he can't move a bone in his body. I mean, he's completely paralyzed except for his little toe. He can move a little bit. And he was like that for 3 days.
After the accident, you can imagine some people distancing themselves and taking a wait and see and not really knowing how to react. Laurie was very much the opposite. It brought her and I closer.
Let's get a priest in here right now and just get married because life's too short and I don't care what happens. I want to spend the rest of it with you.
And how do you, react to something like that? I'm overwhelmed. It's an incredible sense of giving that maybe a lot of people couldn't do. I mean, you'd like to think everybody's going to stand up and be loving and be there through thick and thin. And I mean, there was just no question. She walked right into that room and was like, "I will marry you right now." You just never prepared for something like that.
Rob had the accident September 11th of last year. And November 5th, he had been leaps and bounds as far as his recovery was concerned. On that day, it was a Friday. I was at work. I was in my little cube at work. My sales assistant came over and she handed me an itinerary, and it was Rob's itinerary from that September day that he was supposed to come down to Miami. And I looked at it and I hadn't really figured it. The wheels start turning, and Rob comes around the corner and says, "Your bags are packed. You'll be back in a week. Your boss knows, and let's go."
She was dying to know where we were going to go.
And he wouldn't tell me, but he had my passport. So I was so excited. So we made it to the airport and got off, and it said Belize.
Laura's always loved this notion of the white sandy beach, the picture-perfect white sandy beach. I thought Belize was out of the way.
We were out on the beach. We just had this great dinner. We had some wine left from dinner, and we were walking along the beach. We stopped at these two little chairs right outside of our little thatched hut.
Got down on her knee, and I asked her to marry me. And, she'd said yes, and that was the answer I was looking for. And I think for a moment, we really didn't know how to react. And then it was kind of pure joy.
We got up out of the chairs and started jumping up and down and ran into the ocean, and it was wonderful.
I still, look at Laurie every day and go, I've never met a woman quite like her. And, for that, I'm extremely fortunate and lucky.
I mean, I think about it, and it just makes you think, live every second of every day to the fullest, because you never know what can happen.
I'm the luckiest girl in the whole world.
Thank you.
My two sisters and my two best friends from high school are hosting a bridal luncheon at an Italian restaurant in the old market called Vivace. And that's the first dinner that Rob had when he came to Omaha with me for the first time with my parents. That's where we went.
Rob doesn't see us till after the wedding. Got to close the deal before we can see the bachelorette pictures, I think.
Oh, really cute.
Beautiful.
And you have to remember that there's two things that you can never live without after you get married. Uh-oh. First, the wisdom. She's been married for 3 weeks. 2 months.
Yeah.
One of them is girlfriend.
I have a picture of that. It's not one that was passed. This is something that's been in my heart since I had a young son, and it's a picture of some woman who would make him so happy. And this is her.
Thank you, everyone, so much for coming. And it is fun. Everyone says you look around, but like I couldn't ask for a better group of best friends in the whole world. And all of you mean so much to me. So thank you very much. And here's just a little something to.
I think having all of my friends, my best friends in the world, all together in one place and looking around the room and seeing them all laughing and having fun together is a feeling I hope I'll never forget.
So do you have foursome put together? Or
No, I really didn't know who was going to show up and who wasn't, so we've got at least 20 spots, and we'll let everybody jump in.
I can't believe it's Friday. I can't believe 2 days and you'll wake up Sunday married.
I know.
That's a good thing. Hot dog's bad enough to relish it on you.
Well, that's breakfast. If you want to have fun, play the whites. If you want to have a challenge, play the blues.
We'll play the whites.
We're playing at a golf course close to town. It seemed like, as a part of the wedding weekend, that, we had some time on Friday, and we have a lot of guys that like to play. Called everybody, emailed friends, and said who's in. Some were actually driving up from Kansas City, where we're from, early in the morning. So everybody's making a collective effort to get there and play.
He's not completely himself. He doesn't have all of his strength. He has maybe half of his upper body strength, but he's come so far from where he was that it's just a celebration. Every day, everything that he does that we didn't think he'd ever be able to do.
Tomorrow's the big day.
Still got a big night tonight, and just gonna get our tuxes and hopefully have a little bit of time to relax before rehearsal dinner.
1 day, 8 hours, 22 minutes, and 8 seconds.
I'm fine.
I want to personally welcome you to our congregation and to prepare you for the worship service which will take place tomorrow. So you don't have to worry at all about what comes next. Let me worry about that. What I want you to do is enjoy it. So we're at the end of the ceremony.
Okay.
You want to practice kissing? All right, okay.
That was good.
Our rehearsal dinner is at the Bemis Contemporary Art Gallery, which is in downtown Omaha.
The colors in the museum are vibrant, contemporary art. It's something that you'll remember, and that's really, I think, what we wanted to do.
We're having a pig roast, so something a little, again, it'll be something that people probably don't do every day.
That's the leanest part of the whole pig.
The question will either be answered as Laurie, and they'll hold up Laurie's shoe, or as Rob, and they'll hold up Rob's shoe. There you go. Okay.
Who said I love you first?
Who is going to take longer to get ready for tomorrow? Very easy. You guys are
much this would mean to me. And as an unemotional person, or a person who's been accused of that, I've never been more touched in my entire life. And I want to thank you all for coming and being a part of this night. And I look forward to seeing you all many, many times, and watching all of you grow old, and watching Laura and I grow old together.
It couldn't be a more perfect day. It's perfect. I hope I can fit my wedding dress. It's going so fast. I wanted to slow down. How you dreamed it would be. It is. It's better. So fun. I'm not nervous, really. That's good. You guys think my makeup looks okay? Oh, baby. I messed up my eyes a little. That's okay. We can fix them. One more thing. Woo! This is fun. I'm gonna get married every week. I told Rob the wedding was at 4:30 instead of 5:30 to get him there in time. He's probably starting to get ready right now. He'll be late.
And she's the last of our trio of the three girls to get married now, so that makes it even, more special. Now our family's complete. Now we have 3 son-in-laws and really looking forward to grandchildren.
Gee, yes, very much.
I've been begging for so long, you can't believe it. But now, like I said, the family's complete with the guys.
There's one more thing that needs to happen, and I feel like there's a little something I'd like to give to Laurie, something she can open. I had an idea for a necklace. I think this would be a more appropriate thing. I'm gonna go with the bracelet, and I'm gonna give it to Laura tonight. And if she loves it and can't live without it, we'll keep the bracelet, but I'd love to bring her back and maybe try and get a measurement and see if we could do it as a choker.
You're beautiful.
Should maybe get to the church? Get you to the church on time.
I chose to have both of my sisters as my matrons of honor. I think it's going to be a neat experience having them both there. I've been there for both of them, and they've been great through all of this. They love Rob. Seeing them right there and Rob on the other side is going to be awesome.
Hopefully we'll stop bleeding by turning this little stir. Okay. One little spot. Hello? See, I was working on it.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Someone told me you were running today. Is that a lie?
I was running.
Is that like a first?
How far did you run? Don't be so surprised. I run. I exercise.
Okay, how long did you run?
I ran for...
You ran for probably 20, 30 minutes, but you only got about a half mile.
I'm honored that he chose me to be his best man. It means a lot to me, and I think it's very special to stand next to your friend and witness the ceremony and the marriage.
I actually was going to borrow a friend's dress. Then once we actually did get engaged, I tried it on, I loved it, but thought I should probably want my own. So I actually had my dress made. We went shopping and bought the fabric, and it turned out fabulous.
Oh, I mean, you look like fairy tale Barbie. Doesn't she? Yes. Oh, definitely the glove. Yeah, definitely. Oh, this is so fun. Everyone put their dresses on. Yay. Hi, Grandma. Hi.
My dad, it's neat. The older he gets, I think he's getting a little more emotional. I think he'll be the father of the bride, typical. He's got his little cards to hand out that say, the bank, I owe the bank tons of money, you know, and he thinks he's excited.
You look beautiful.
Nobody's paying much attention to me today, but I can assure you that I am getting my share of attention. The bank and several businesses are watching me very closely.
Oh, wow. Are you ready?
I'm ready, kid. How
Me
about
too.
you?
Yep.
Okay.
Relax, take a deep breath.
It's not helping.
Take a deep breath.
Don't let them. Be ready.
I'm ready.
Congratulations. Good luck.
Look in favor upon Laurie and Rob and grant that they, rejoicing in all your gifts, may at length celebrate with Christ the marriage feast, which has no end. Amen.
Take you, Laurie, to be my wife.
From this day forward,
From this day forward,
to to join with you
to join with you
and share all that is to come,
and to share all that is to come,
and I promise
to be faithful to you
to be faithful to you
until death parts us.
until death parts us.
I give you this ring
As a sign
of
my love and faithfulness.
my love and faithfulness.
I give you this ring
As a sign
as a sign
of my love and faithfulness.
of my love and faithfulness.
Laurie and Rob, by their promises before God and in the presence of this congregation, have bound themselves together to one another as husband and wife. Blessed be the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, now and forever. And ladies and gentlemen, with pleasure I present to you Mr. and Mrs. Rob Morrison.
They are very, very happy and very much in love. You can just see it.
Well, they just make things happen. Like when people are around them, even if you're down, it's happy because they're so happy all the time.
At this time, it is my privilege to introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. Robert O. Morrissey, Jr.
I really do look at her and kind of see the whole picture. I tell her she's beautiful all the time, and I don't think she'll ever get tired of hearing it, and I don't think I'll ever get tired of saying it, but I do think she's just the most beautiful woman in the world.
I'm looking forward to spending the rest of my life with him. You know, I hope it's a long, long life.
We hope that you'll enjoy the food and the drinks and the music and the dancing later. And so let's have a good time and party. Thank you for coming.
It's about having romance and love.
Passion and romance. That's what we always say. It's passion and romance. Life is nothing if you don't have passion and romance for everything that you do.
If you work towards that, everything will take care of itself.
Exactly.
We have passion and romance.
I think so.